It's already sent. Okay, I was gonna say I'm gonna. Oh shit! Did I not? Hang on a second. Things are happening. Can you guys see the game content? Okay, good. Ika is swigged up. Okay, excellent. I did not know what Ika was. I was like, oh, that must be an inside joke. It was, because it was obviously a language thing, but not what I expected squid to be. I don't know what I expected the word for squid to be, but it wasn't that. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's every coming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help. She's clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. We've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said. Is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feeling aside when she might need me? I don't fucking know. I decided to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we made it a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. She isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Hey. I sit down in her room. She forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Her room is still a mess as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. Lies. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but wait, how did you know this? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about festival preparations, right? That's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Oh, so it's just me and Yuri. Yep. There's more silence between us. She stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. Just wanted to see how you're doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, she smiles, shaking her head. That's no good. Yeah. Why can't it be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori, what the fuck, my guy? I grab her by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. She gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you? I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Oh, okay, so now we're going to start hitting the heavy subjects, eh? Okay. Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm shook. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Because some people are really good at hiding it. Did she really want so badly for me not to just not think about her? Why? why is it you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I very well could be. But is it true that it's kind of a taboo subject to talk about this type of stuff in Japan? I don't know for certain. Thought I read that somewhere. It's just you kind of keep it all away. You know, like it's not, like people don't want to hear about that. It's not like it is in the West, I guess. And again, I could be 100% wrong on that. I don't know for sure. But I thought I remembered reading that somewhere. That it's just kind of one of those things, you know? I think it was I think I might have been reading a lot of CBC articles or something like that, and I think one of them that grabbed my attention was about a news anchor or something, or a news broadcaster or a reporter, journalist, etc., so forth, that she had logged in like an exorbitant amount of overtime for her job, and like she just like couldn't take it anymore. And I don't know if that was kind of just one of those things that like nobody talks about. Like the overworked culture is just so prevalent there. It's true, yeah. I might have just been, I guess, some of the articles I was reading, which focused on the overworked culture that's there. That just kind of might have been one of those comments that was made in the article, I guess. But yeah, I'm not surprised that that's an exclusive. It wouldn't be exclusive just to Japan. Might have just been something I've read somewhere. I would have tried to be a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all. Why do you think I didn't tell you? It's true, yeah. They're changing. It's gotten marginally better, I think, but yeah, it's still here at least. It's talked about, but more needs to be done, I agree. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have had to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so bad for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So, that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right, I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. She's crying. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments, because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have had it any other way. She isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. She barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. All I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. And I'll make those feelings go away. If there's anything you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she does finally put her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. She lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. She wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Well, fuck me if I didn't fuck up. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, you ought to come along and help out. It would be fun. To my surprise, she shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. See, as someone that has anxiety, I call it high-functioning depression, high-functioning anxiety. It fucking sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right? I consider myself incredibly lucky that I don't have depression as severe as some people do. But trying to make my father understand is wild. I was worrying about something and he's like, why are you worrying? I'm like, do you want to sit down so I can tell you everything that I have to worry about? He's like, just stop worrying. I'm like, oh my God, of course. How did I not think of that? If I want to feel better, I just don't have to worry. Shocking. It drives me nuts. But my work boss was like that too. I was freaking out about something and he's like, why are you worrying? I'm like, what's it like to have a head that doesn't do that? What's that like? Where you can just say, well, fuck it. How does that work? Oh, it's so funny. It's depression. Just don't be sad. Oh, well, just don't be sad. Of course. Why the fuck did I think about that? Don't be sad. Novel concept. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to fucking hold you to it. All right. I look forward to it. Don't disappoint me. I say goodbye and I exit her house. Vera, if I completely understand. Sometimes the anxiety outweighs the depression and sometimes it's flip-flop. Like I said, I do consider myself lucky that I don't have to use this as an example where I'm like, what's the point of getting out of bed? Because the overwhelming sense of it's only you and your household. If you don't work, who gets paid? That's how I counterbalance. But there's been fucking times where I've spent a whole week not doing anything because I just haven't felt the need to. I don't want to. So I know I'm a goblin, but sometimes, I wonder if it's a lot of routine too. If my routine gets jumbled in any sort of way, I freak out. I cannot function if the slightest thing happens. I was finally able to see a therapist, and then my benefits got canceled because of a job issue. And she's like, would you consider medication? I'm like, I don't know. Is it bad enough that I need to be I need to be helped that way? So I don't know. I don't know if it's such a long wait to find any sort of mental health help in my city. I think it was a 2-year wait, and I'm like, ugh. Shit. Okay. So we need more investment for sure. I'm on the way home. I still find myself feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri's about to come over. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. We're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I got a feeling she ain't gonna be there tomorrow. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. See, you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did Did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around cautiously, which makes me anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so it's very considerate of you to do. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatch Yuri's wrist, which is in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I'm spacing out. It's fine. What's in the drawer? She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, making sure she's keeping track of them. Should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. Of course. Just don't be anxious. Just stop being... Like, how... You can't. How does that work? You can relax. I know. I thought for sure the mood lighting, the aromatherapy, the opening of my secret desk drawer that I'm sure has probably got all the porn in it. I brought some things for relaxation. You called it. Is it aromatherapy? I was going to use them during the poetry event. Like what? Let's see. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these things in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? I think I sense a fire hazard. Yeah, that'd be really neat. What's the wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not at all. I just said not at all. It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. I used to love burning incense. I used to have it on my, you guys can't see, but I have a gas fireplace just beside my bed, which you can see, part of. And, god damn, that shit smells like you're like walking in and you're like laying there in bed just smelling good stuff. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. Some sex magic. She takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on top. It smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is jasmine essential oil. Ooh, I love jasmine. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than realization. It enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Are we making a porno here? Like, what's going on? Don't you think that'll be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. She smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. And then she also pulls out several spools of thin ribbon from her bag. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I got it over here. We won't be using the paper for folded origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Yeah? What'll those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut the pieces of ribbon to hang them from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Won't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this. Why is that a backhanded compliment? Me? I'm backhanded complimenting all of these people. Like, what the fuck? Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. She giggles. but her cheeks are red. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Do you guys ever, like, get really excited to share something with someone, and then all of a sudden they, like, cut you off? Like, they don't care? Oh, man. What a feel. Like, why does that hurt so much? Here's a marker. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I've finished cutting the ribbons. Alright. We sit on the floor and the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. I feel like I should have been the one to cut the ribbon. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Excuse me? It's strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is tinted blue. It's no ordinary pocket knife. That looks really fancy. Well, she looks away, embarrassed. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. I have no reason to judge. Spill it. To each their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. I do? Okay. I'm kind of into knives. Bitch, the fuck is going on here? What is happening? They're just so pretty. And dangerous. But they also make food, so... The duality of knives, you know? I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger. Fuck. What? Oh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. I 100% think you're fucking weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you're getting about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. Yeah, we all gotta have our hobbies. But I think it kind of suits you. What? Kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? She relaxes. Her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. She carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It's heavy and extremely solid, as knives typically are. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its shape, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. But I'm an idiot, and I stab myself. Yeah, why did I do that? I don't know. I didn't expect it to be that sharp. It's a fucking knife! What do you mean? Barely touched it. It's still a knife. It's my fault. I should have warned you that this knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. She takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at it and nobody... She's not gonna put that... She's not gonna put my finger in her mouth, is she? No! I feel her tongue curl around... Was she a vampire? Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, get out of my house. That is the most embarrassing thing you've ever done. Please leave immediately. The timing of that was perfect. Strawberry fear indeed. I'm sorry. What the fuck, man? It's a little weird. It's hella fucking weird. Was she trying to help, or is she actually a vampire? I think you're overreacting a little. I think you're underreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Great. Get out. Fucking finish this myself. You know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I also lick her finger. Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, did I just do that? Now we're even. She looks at me like I did something wrong. Like I did something wrong. There weren't bodily fluids on that finger. I hope not. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird. But she giggles shyly. You're fucking calling me weird, you fucking weirdo. I have no response. I can't think of anything fucking witty to that, you goddamn vampire. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one. It's just a tiny cut. It's already stopped bleeding. Yeah, because you fucking licked it. Slurp that shit right up. The tension has lifted. I don't know how. I'm never going to physically recover from this. And so we resume our respective activities. I watch the knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Because to the knife it probably is. I continue to make progress on the paper. We lay them all out side by side once we're done. It looks better than I expected, and it will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this. Oh, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next? There's fucking more? What do you have in mind? I like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Right. There's a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Can you fetch that for us? 6 cups of water. I'll be right back. Thank you. Oh, and just a little bit of water, okay? If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Mr. Ovis, what's going on? You're missing a great fucking just weirdness happening here. How are you? How's your day? How's your shift? I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and then bring them back to the room. Yes. She's quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. What are you doing? Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong. So let's mix the paint. What were you doing? What were you doing as you take the tablets and drop them into the cups? Por qué? I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Neato. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. I don't like surprises, not after what you just did. Don't smile at me. We kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. She uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class project we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. That's literally not what I said. It's kind of fun. Yeah. It is fun. I'm glad you feel that way. She stops painting, clearly thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. Bitch, same. In fact, I usually don't even want to. 100% you speak to my soul. Just like when I can spend time with one other person. Okay, well, I'll tolerate a body in my house, I guess. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk to each other. See, that's what I want in a relationship. I would like another body to occupy space in my house, but I want to do exactly that. Maybe we read. We never have to talk to each other. So nice. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. That's all it takes for me to be happy. Oh yeah? I think if we're different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. Oh my god, my most fun memories were watching my brother playing through video games. Because my parents would play it, like my mom and dad would play it, and then my brother and I would like play it afterwards, so it would be the two of us like kind of figuring out shit and how to play, and I fucking love that, man. It's so much fun. We used to have this really, if anybody ever played Smash Brothers Melee, we used to have this competition that we would do. We would always pick, oh my god, it was a Star Fox level, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like where the ship is like flying to the left side of the screen. We would each play as Mario, and then we would do the 2 computer AIs. We would also make the Mario. We would start the round, everybody got 1 free kill, and then it was a goddamn free-for-all. Oh my god, it was so much fun. Best childhood memory right there. She smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. She grabs an unused paintbrush. Oh, but at the same time, I also move, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry. She reels back and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No. It just startled me. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. How the hell does that even happen? Yeah, paint. I accidentally got some paint on you. That's my fault. I'll get a towel. I rush out to fetch a small towel and then dampen it with hot water. I return to my room to kneel back down in front of her. What kind of fucking face is that? Are we gonna fuck? Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but she suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. She's being fucking weird. She's being fucking weird. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against her neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her fucking books. It's almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped in her by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What the fuck is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist, sending a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. She pulls away and apologizes. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. Did you eat? Did you have something to eat? Do you have low iron? I didn't mean to space out. It's fine, but you're making this fucking weird again. The moment is over as soon as it began. She picks up her brush, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I retrieve my own brush, hesitantly, and continue following her example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then you can bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? It's not that. You're just being fucking weird. But I'm also relieved that we got everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. You don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, she thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. It's not your fault. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? And yeah, that's what happens. You start fucking burning jasmine oil, and the next thing you're going to be licking, it's finger licking good. Finger licking good. Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, she seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment, but that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Wink, wink. It will be the last fucking time that happens, because I tell you why. No. I walk her to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. Will do. Well then, she fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. Kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over, we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, she simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful. She takes a step closer and then briefly squeezes my hand. Oh, Jesus. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance, because she suddenly pulls back. Sorry? Just now we weren't... It's okay. I just stopped by to say hi. It's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. She beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. And then she runs off, clearly embarrassed. She waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I did try staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. But she starts to cry. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way? I was supposed to be happy for you because she's sad. Depression is a bitch. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Don't say that. It's true. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Excuse me? What were you saying? She was right about what? What was she right about? What I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But she looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared. I'm really scared. What are you scared of? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Excuse me? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? She nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. You'll always be my dearest friend. Can you imagine? Well, I guess I should. I'm going to try and protect her because I don't like what Monica said. I don't like what she was implying. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we can continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. She wraps her arms tightly around me. Is this really okay? I don't know. I guess we'll find out whatever I've fucking fucked up now. You'll never have to let go of me again. She loves me, guys. She wants to be with me forever. I agree. But her grip weakens a little bit. What is this? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment of my life. But why? Even now. Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all. It's okay. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. You need to get a friend like whatever my name is in this game. Whatever we've decided. That's all that matters right now. Okay. Yeah, trust. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey. She smiles sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me, but that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to her. I know that I love her, and she loves me. But I'm having as much trouble understanding her feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. Like recommending therapy. She needs intense therapy. Maybe medication. I don't know. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Don't you see? Everything that you know about her was built on lies, my guy. It is not going to be normal. You know now. It's all a farce. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? Bruh, I'm sure I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it everything I've got. She's the most important person to me. I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Guaranteed. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but she isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that it's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up and take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Whoa, we're double-fisting, eh? I don't know, I told you. 50-50 chance Sayori's not going to be there. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. I don't trust Monica. I think she's got a mean streak in her. I think she's a bully. Good morning. You're the first one here. Thanks for being so early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. She's placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the little poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think on the days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and suddenly I feel awful knowing that it's not nearly as simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. I don't think she's there anymore. You know? You should take a little responsibility for her. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Excuse me? Kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? You know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Excuse me? She's being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill run down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah. Sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on his page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. A lot of get-outs. All work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, she calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for her. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Allegedly. I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. It's kind of a breach of privacy. But she leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Well, I kind of called it. What the hell? What the hell? Is it a nightmare? No, I'm pretty sure it's real. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. You really don't know a lot about things, do you, kiddo? You really don't know a lot about things. She had a sense of peace come over her, and usually that means she is, oh yeah, she is. Monica is the real. She's making a real cafe-esque landscape, isn't she? It's just, she had a thing. The sense of calm washed over her because she was ready. That's I'm gonna stick with that. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. Yeah, it was normal to what you believed it to be, but that was not reality for her. I can't believe what my eyes were showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? Again, you really don't understand anything about depression, do you? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. I see. So again, I've never played this. Is this like one of those things where like there's nothing you can do? Like it's all fucked up? Do you know what I mean? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. This moment's locked in. Okay. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Maybe. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 That is true. She did. That's her tip for the day. Not really a tip, though, but welcome to my TED Talk. Never. Oh. What does that mean? Sorry, I'm just skipping through the dialogue because I'm like, what? The game's glitching. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couple and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there are any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Pack up my things and stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Monica. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. She smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. She was probably the most popular girl in my class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? guess you can check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. You quit? Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature. Sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Ron. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so. In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. I guess I have no reason to refuse. But how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet. It's nothing. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. She's full of energy. She swings open the classroom door. What the fuck is going on here? I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? I'd kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean. But anyway, welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look more like a first-year student. This is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Nice to meet you. She's more mature and timid. Seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. It's nice to meet both of you. I ran into me in the classroom, and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry, I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. I should at least make some tea. That would be great. Right, come sit down. The girls have a few desks arranged. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? So who's next on her hit list then? I guess. She reluctantly agrees. Different girls interested in the same goal. She must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri comes back with the tea. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot. Do you have a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Insulted, Yuri looks away. Yeah, we gonna find her in a bathtub then? I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. What kind of things do you like to read? I don't really have a good way of answering that. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I speak without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. What about you? Well, she'd be thinking. Her favorites are, as she's already let us know, are novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. There's a lot of level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them. It amazes her. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. She's very passionate about her reading. I know, right? Like, that's what I mean. Like, the replayability must be crazy in a sense, because if I had not screwed up with, like, I wonder if truly, Demon, I was just gonna ask if you were here in chat still. So, is there, like, does Sayori have to die? Like, is that a locked-in event? Or can you technically, quote-unquote, save her? And what am I doing? Am I playing this the right way, or should I have auto-saved and then reloaded? Because I'm curious now. Like, are we just picking them off one by one until there's only one left? She likes a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me well. This means that we get to do Strawberry Fear, the Redux. The remix. A lot of horror. I read a horror book once. I grasped something I could relate to at a minimal level. Here's my hot take. Trying to write a horror, I think I mentioned that yesterday. It's hard to write horror. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Is that so? If a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. So Yuri's next. I hate horror. Why is that? Her eyes dart over to me for a split second. You usually afraid about cute things, don't you? What? Bad idea. We left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like we were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And go back. Fine. You write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. She averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Oh, for all the girls. Interesting. Showing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I'm just gonna knock him up and fucking knock him down, I guess. That's what I was wondering. Like, depending on what I do, if I had chosen more of, like, Sayori, could I have saved her? And doing that with somebody else that died, I want to get to Monica. I want to know what she's doing. What is she saying? You have to open up to your readers, exposing vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence like a couple of chuckle fucks. I just got an idea. How about this? They look at Monica. And her, creepy, excessive eye contact. Let's all go home and write a poem. The next time we meet, we'll all share with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. I think you're right. We should probably just start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now we've reached the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind. I never said I would join. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decisions. Still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. They all stare back at me with dejected eyes. Monica, I'm watching you. I'm sorry, I thought. The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. I thought we had 4. Yeah, I thought we had 4, like a while ago, We're all just sort of hanging out, the 4 of us. just the 4 of us. So what happens when there's 2? What happens when there's 3? When there's just 1? And I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible letting everyone down. It seems pretty relaxed. If I have to write poems to spend the day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. They all light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that? Unfortunately, yes, because I feel like I need to have something to happen. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. No cupcakes this time either? Sadness. I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time. Maybe keep the killing to a minimum, okay? On a good note, everyone remember tonight's assignment. We're gonna write Strawberry Fear, Part 3. I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Lots of anxiety. They continue to chit-chat as Yuri picks up the tea set. I'll be on my way then. Okay, see you tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm going home. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Sure good fortune will find me. Spoiler alert, it probably doesn't. Poem. Let's find a poem. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes, I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. Concerning? Vertigo. Vacation. And then clumsy. Playground. The frightening hair. Where's the strawberry fear? The extraordinary. There we go. Strawberry. Strawberry question. Bubbles. Analysis of shopping. Special. Poof. Special boop. Jumpy. Graveyard. Uncontrollable. Email. I hope this email finds you well. Stop finding me. Explode. Milk. No strawberry fear, but we did make exploding milk. Oh, bitch, you're gonna send me running. I can feel it. Let me strange, but I keep my word. Everybody's already hanging out because I'm late. I'm always late. Thank you for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment. Something's scratching at me and my sweat is driving me nuts. Make me dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. What the fuck is going on here? Like, he deserves any spot. Am I having, like, an absolute, like, Steven, what's happening to me? Am I losing my mind? You're gonna have to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She's blocking the text. Manga's literature. I'm sorry. We'll make sure to put your comfort first. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway, Now that you're in the club, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not that. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Is that not the whole fucking point of a literature club, though, is to read and do things literature related? Are you sure? I just felt like, as vice president, I should have you get started on something you might like. So much like the first time, she pulled out a book. She didn't want me to feel left out. And she bought me a book that I might enjoy. It's a short read, and I have a short attention span, so it'll be fine. And we could, discuss it, which is what a book club does. This is, oh my god, how is this girl accidentally being so damn cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite not reading much. I'll definitely read this. And so I enthusiastically take the book. You can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is in the book. I can't help but notice her quick expression. Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an expression of an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Oh, so she's the one that's next. You looking for something? Fucking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Target acquired. Target acquired. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. It's one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. Oh, true. How do you know anyway? How'd you know? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. I pull it out of the stack. There it is. She snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. It's probably, what's it called? There's like, the manga that's kind of geared towards girls and boys. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called. Is it start with an S? Shojin? I can't remember. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Rude. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this a lesson. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, she pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe. Don't just stand there. She grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet, and then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsill. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Alright, she's next. 100%. She's fucking next. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close to each together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. She crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? to mention. The Book of Stabbing. Is it instructions on how to properly stab somebody and where to stab somebody? How buddy? Because there's a lot of places you can stab, but not all of them will be ending stabs. Also, can you imagine, like, okay, you don't go back and flip through the older volumes. If you fucking had to imagine, could you imagine doing that to, like, Naruto? You just go back casually to the beginning and fucking flip through that shit? No. No. Absolutely not. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Something like Naruto is like a one read through, man. You can't fucking flip back to the beginning. I still haven't even finished the anime yet. Are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can't talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Is that a fourth wall break again? Are you sure this isn't bothering you? Boring to you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. That's a fucking 12-year-old. If you say so, I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being like, "Hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet?" Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Rashino! Thank you so much for the raid. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. Is it that loud? The game? Like, the audio? Is it that bad? It's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which fucking part? Game music? Okay. How do I do this again? Shit. How did I do this? Oh, it's options. Okay, hopefully that's better. I mean, I feel like I can't keep it up on my own. I think my mic's actually pretty high up. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Like, figuratively or literally? At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? Oh my god, you guys gotta tell me sooner. Yeah, my mic is pretty, it's pretty close to being at unacceptable levels of loud. You guys gotta tell me. I don't know. That's why we do a volume check and stuff. We gotta do volume checks and stuff. I always try to fiddle with the settings. I did turn the game down. I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? That's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. She's strangely quiet now. I glance over to her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah. Does it need to be down more? Oh, sorry. Suddenly, she collapses straight into me. Hey. You seem to be glitching out. Do you need to be smacked and reset? Oh, jeez. Are you okay? I don't know. Here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction, and her eyes light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give. She doesn't finish her sentence before stuffing it in her mouth. Don't worry. She's fine. Just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? It's so fucking weird. That's how I feel internally if I don't eat when I'm hungry. Come on, Natsuki, you're up. It's probably only fair I shared mine with her first. Okay, so we've got violent bubbles, but it's not strawberry fear. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, she rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. But what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Ugh. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you wouldn't have ruined it. Oh, you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Her retort gets caught in her throat. She's choking on her own rage. I wish it was like that. I wish this... Fuck, I don't know. You just don't understand anything, do you? Apparently not. I think I'm in the Matrix. I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. She must really hate me. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Oh. Okay, so these don't change. Good. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. Thank you. I like when it's easy to read, but hits you hard. Like in this poem, that eagles can fly. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Yes, more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is. We're all over the age of 18, remember? We're all over the age of 18. Allegedly. I won't take that away from her. Alright, Yuri, you're fucking up. She stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. Yeah, she must have just turned 18. True, Vera. Good point, yeah. She's got one of those fucking December birthdays, you know? Don't force yourself. I need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem. We. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure before I bring down the harsh criticism hammer. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's not bad. No? Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. She buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and then they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she finds her train of thought, man, she's off like a train to the station. Her stammering is gone. She sounds like an expert. That's me. If you get me talking about history on the right subject, man, I can fucking put you to sleep. It's not something you can be blamed for. Many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. It's not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. Sorry, that was me. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. That's gonna give me a little bias, though. How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. You shouldn't be. I'm not sure if she's apologizing to me, Natsuki, or herself, but whatever. Can I read your poem? I'd love to share my thought process behind it. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I think this is becoming the suicide club, but I guess we'll find out. Ghost Under the Light. We have already read this. We read this last night. I shan't repeat it again. I am sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Yeah, I actually can't understand what you say sometimes. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. I'm a slow reader. I'm digesting. I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. A relief, that is. I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something that's easy to digest, I suppose. Not like knives. Are you into ghosts? Who isn't? The story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. It makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. All right, Monica. Bully extraordinaire. Hi. Having a good time so far? I'm learning that someone's father beats their child and that someone has a strange fascination with knives, but sure. And when somebody's also glitching out, the Matrix is glitching out. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Yeah, she's gonna kill me in my sleep. I'm gonna go with the flow. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? What, that, like, we're missing somebody? Somebody is gone? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Oh, soon they'll just be a fleeting thing in the sky. That's true. Monica takes my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Jeez. No. Kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. Who is next on the list? Is it Natsuki or is it Yuri? So take that as a compliment. If you say so. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier, this is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Wink, wink. Yeah, maybe we should restore Sayori's existence, okay? That would be great. Yeah, let's do that. And also maybe kind of reset Natsuki there because she seems to be glitching out a little bit. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. She doesn't write poems, guys. She just kills the poets. It's Dead Poets Society. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Uh-huh. Let's see it. Anyway, we also read this one yesterday as well. So I shan't, yeah. Did we read this one? I'm pretty sure we read this one, right? Yeah, something about hues. Yeah, I think we did. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. What do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that style's kind of gotten popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some sort of epiphany recently. Another one! Hang on, another one. It's been influencing my poems a bit. That you can see into the future, that you're an angel of death. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. That I can control time. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other, I will tell you how many people I've killed. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. So if you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for listening. Again. Ugh. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing, even if they're being nice. My poems can't stand up to theirs. I also had to do orientation at work today, so I feel like I've been talking nonstop. It's a literature club, Dead Poets Society, Suicide Club. That's what it is. They exchange paper. They exchange their poems. When they read in tandem, their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, and Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? It's nothing. She dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Do you have a couple of suggestions? If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And me, I liked it. So based on that, I'll gladly give some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a lot of time establishing my writing style, and I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And I also liked her poem, by the way. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Yuri now also stands up. Maybe you're just jealous that I appreciate my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh. And do you know he didn't appreciate, and how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I know, it's so sad. Well, don't worry, I'll kill one of them off, and then there's gonna be nobody left to get along with, because one of them's gonna be dead. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Roma started showing up. And Suki, this doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. What the fuck is going on here? Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Edgy? I'm sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves when they graduate middle school, you know. You want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh my god. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Roma hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I can't keep up. Guess say. I don't have Sayuri here to help me. One or two, guys. One or two. Whatever I do is wrong. I'm stuck in the Matrix, guys. I have a feeling I'm like in... Sometimes I don't know which one's highlighted. Okay, stop it! Hey, thank you for stopping that. I appreciate that. My god. Could you back up a little? Monica, the fuck, man? Hey. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. Those two, you know, when they get at it. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Why didn't you stop them? It's probably better for us just to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. You're the president. Make them stop. Get your fucking ass in there. You're the leader of the free world, are you not? Can't confront my own club members properly. Here's how you start. March your ass in there, because they're gonna fucking beat each other up. I wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. Oh, I think you're a master manipulator, so don't you worry about that. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. But Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. She's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over. Go home. Get the fuck out of here, all of you. She looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. I can't think. This portrait of milk and of parfait climax is sugar to my headphones. It is an agonizing hop of whistle bed of uncontrollable chocolate, dark essence of depression. Fuck yeah, man. Join the club. Of depression, hair. Kitty. I'm afraid to bring any animals into this because I don't know what's gonna happen. I like lipstick. And, holiday. Scars. Okay, so her father beats her. This one's obsessed with knives for good reason. Vitality. Super. Vivacious milk. The timing on that, though. Funny. Yeah, that fucking look alone tells you. How much progress did we lose? Did it autosave? Please have autosaved. I'll cry. Goddamn. If we have to go through that again, I will be very sad. I mean, it's just very frustrating, though. Oh, okay, that's us. Oh, man, that's us a long time ago. All right, here we go. I gotta skip. Nice. I like that we can do this. Hang on, we're gonna see. She's having a moment. Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can skip this again. Okay, give me a second. I like that they have this option so that we don't have to do this whole thing again. Ah! Okay, there's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna skip. I can't skip. Skip. Ah. Why can't I skip this? Here we go. Here the fuck we go! I can't get over the wannabe edgy bitch. Okay, it's not true. She started it. Oh, that was me talking. Yuri. 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 Oh, I can just hit. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. Why don't we step outside? I don't trust her. Are you good over there? Hmm? Looks like they're done. Fucking tearing each other apart. Easy. Easy. Take your time. Take your time. There you go. Take your time, buddy. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Ah, we gotta do this again. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna boop the Inferno. We get to make another game. Of chocolate fantasy. Of unrequited. Incongruent. Swimsuit. It is an anxiety parfait of empty empty tears. Strawberry. Strawberry sadness. I don't know what Doki Doki means, but I'm sure I'll find it at some point. Of a fleeing, frightening milk. Agonizing, vibrant, exploding nibble. I love making these poems. They'll be remembered for ages. The children will talk about me for eons. Another day passes, and it's time for the club to meet. I've gotten more comfortable. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of the quarrel still hangs in the air. She glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. She takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think that we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much, even though I've only been here a couple of days and you guys fucking went off the goddamn rails and potentially scared away new members. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it's probably going to happen again. Didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person, and now you're apologizing. I know you really didn't mean it. Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? You guys see Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? She's clearly taken aback by how calm Natsuki is addressing her. I haven't. This isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, what the hell are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Are we all having, like, a stroke here? Or, like, is anybody else smelling burnt toast? Like, what's going on? I don't even remember anything bad happening yesterday. Did she get the memories beaten out of her? You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Yeah, you called me an edgy bitch and then I insulted your intelligence. But... Mid-bowl, sailcloth, blind sight, lifeline. Receptive, faultlessly offered. Man. I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you'd secretly hate me or something like that. Not at all. I don't hate you. Huh. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. She turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. What is she doing? Demon, what is she doing? There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. No. Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good at it yet. That must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks. You should play something for us sometime. She looks at me. I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Better at killing people for their souls. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Anyway, I didn't mean any pressure or anything. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck! Thanks. I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us had talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, She's fine. She's reading over there. It's okay. In that case, I don't see any problem. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. She pulls a copy of a book out of her bag. I think I know what copy this is. What's the story about anyway? Well, I'll look at the cover of the book. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. A little deja vu. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Well, that wasn't quite the synopsis I remember from last night. Did I space out? I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Yeah, your thing is knives, we know that. It's kind of dark, isn't it? She made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing? It's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. No fucking shit, Jesus Christ. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. The Matrix is glitching very heavily, guys. I haven't lost interest or anything. I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body, what? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. What? I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen, and it's a literature club after all. It's not a literature club, it's a suicide club. I'm telling you this right now. That's true. What? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. Something I'm not very used to. That is reading in the company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. She is in the corner of my eye, and I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of what? Of the body heat? Are you okay? You really apologize a lot. I do? I don't mean to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide to my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. She timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. I got you. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the side of the book. That way I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. You ready? What? To turn the page? Sorry, I think I got a bit distracted. I glance over to Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. She no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own. Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you. I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses the things she says. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. You feeling alright? It's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you feel sick or something. Your breathing's a little... Am I breathing? She puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. She stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? What? I don't know. But I have no idea. She was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no. Not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. What? Nothing. Don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. I only have the one option. It's not terrible. It's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught to never expect anything from anybody, so it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should have at least looked over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Amy likes motherfucking spiders. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that that was the best I could do. Of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as 2 of the girls in this very club, whom I respectfully won't name. Bitch, there's only 2 other girls besides you. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much. The hell did I fucking do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious you respect Yuri more. So whatever, we're done sharing. So you can leave now. Hi. How's the writing going? It's going. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Nope, don't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Alright, great job. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. No, I'm not sure why. I'm just trying to chase the high of, Strawberry Fear 2, you know? The jamming. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. The door opened suddenly. Ah, Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We all just started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Okay, thanks. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like this way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. I feel like this one's not quite the same. I feel like this one's... Delete her! What the fuck? Who? Sorry. I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to... Never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. There we go. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. What the fuck? Oh, God. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. She stared at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now I just want you to read my poem too, okay? Oh God, guys. Wheel. A rotating wheel turning on an axle, grinding. Is that bolt? Bolt head? Linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world. Getting a little Lovecraft, isn't it? A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness? Parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning. A prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time, devouring. Is it snakes? Streaks? Snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God dispersing the existence of God. Disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for each rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. What? A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all direction. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal. Is that a coffee stain on the thing? It's probably blood. Probably dry blood. Doesn't matter what it's about. I don't know what the fuck it's about. It's been a little hyperactive lately. I had to take it out on your pen. That is a pen that fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. Why did I just... Can we pretend like this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Yes? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Things I like about Papa. When he comes home early, when he cooks dinner, when he gives me an allowance, when he spends time with me, when he asks me about my friends, when he asks me about anything, when he gives me lunch money, when he comes home before sundown, when he cooks, when he gives me privacy, when he doesn't tell me how to dress, when he doesn't comment on my friends, doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when he comes home without waking me up, when he keeps food in the house, when he uses his inside voice, when he leaves my stuff alone, when he accidentally drops coins in the couch, when he's too tired to notice me, when he's too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. The fuck is going on here? Oh my God. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? I think I'm having a heart attack. Sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. Oh, okay, bye. I'll just have an absolute fucking aneurysm. The game's gonna crash again. I didn't save. Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck? Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since I joined. We've started some club activities. Sorry, I didn't realize I had to okay that. But this isn't time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? It's so great about getting new members anyway. We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can to inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here when you in the first place? The literature club should be a place where everyone can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. You never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Roma to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Roma joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And I'm not even passionate about the literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're the president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. She's clearly taken back by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure that Yuri and right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, it was up to me to rescue this situation. No, Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? A date with one of you? It's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given the choice not to join. She sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. She ignores Yuri and she walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? Things are devolving so fast. I don't know. Kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now, and I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Yuri! You got a little something in your eye there. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you? What do you want to get out of this club? She repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. All right, well maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're wonderful, Vice President, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah, so let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a bit with Roma before we leave, just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president. She looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow! Whew, things have been hectic lately, haven't they? I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. Is it getting darker? It's getting darker, isn't it? Is it? I feel like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you. You know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time with how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things that I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why, wait, not yet. No, stop it. What in the hell is happening? What's going on? Oh, time to question the fucking hop of Fluffy, vacation, unrestrained, lollipop. Oh God, what is happening to the numbers on the page? What's going on? I like socks of massacre and pure parfait of uncanny tragedy and tenacious pink crimson infinite vitality love bouncy. Oh, this game is fucked up, man. Holy shit. Hi. Been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica. I told you not to. Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just felt like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Oh man, the last one here again. Well, I'm late too, I guess. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, right, I forgot about that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together, and new members wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know, so I'm going to help too, and I'll make sure it's done right. Oh, thank God. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Is that so? That's correct. We're already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I had gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Thank you for understanding. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thank you very much. If there's one thing I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. She's gonna make some tea, and I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? I say sure. She hands me the water pitcher and fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug the kettle into the teacher's desk, and I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. She's very elegant and methodical. May I have the water pitcher? I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. And she hurries out of the classroom. Did Harry leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water for the pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Oh, fucking God. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I head down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? I'm back. Am I in a coma? Am I like having like nightmares in a coma? Thanks for waiting patiently. Do you like oolong tea? What? Anything is fine. Very well. She sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Here's what I'm going to do really fast. Well, I'm going to put that in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Jesus. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Well, she's fetching the teapot, she's measuring the tea leaves, and she starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show? And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. Ah. That's great. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? It's always hunched over when reading like that. Yes, exactly. It has nothing to do with the size of your boobs. I have terrible reading posture. Fair enough. Uh-huh. I'll go and get that book. I have some chocolate as well. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. We all sit against the wall and we start reading. We assumed the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. She sides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on my reading? She's always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Oh my God, what now? She hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I have to let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay, I won't take any. Are you sure? It's chocolat. If I touch it, I might get smudges on the page. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, she's already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation were completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place another chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Her expression suddenly breaks. Did I just? She looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that. She starts to breathe heavily. I can't. She forcibly grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. my heart. My heart won't stop pounding. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it? She suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Well, not with that expression you won't. I refuse. It's time to share poems. Okay, guys, we gotta fucking... Okay, we have to stop.